Hi, Taurus. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for my Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers are always welcome. Today, I'm going to ask my spirit guides for what is going on around you for love. This is a general love reading, so whatever spirit wants to share with me, what's next in love, connections around you, where you're headed, intentions, anything spirit wants to share with me. So let's call in our guides now and see what our cards are saying, what your messages are. Spirit, I ask that you guide me with loving messages. What is it that you have for us today? What is it that you need us to hear? I am listening for you now. Let's see what we have. I have communication. So it came into me as speaking my truth, okay, that you shouldn't ever be afraid to say what you feel. And if anybody ever puts you in that position, makes you feel uncomfortable, that if I said something, I'm going to be opening up a can of worms or it's going to upset them somehow, you should be able to say and do whatever you need to say and do in a relationship and not trust that, it's going to end the relationship somehow. So speak your truth is how they said it. I have sacrifice. Okay. I do feel like, I don't know about sacrificing something, but I feel like I gave up a lot to invest in this connection, or I will give up a lot to invest in this connection. Some of you may have to move. Some of you will relocate. Some of you may change jobs so that it's more convenient to be together. Time, energy is an investment. It's a sacrifice in a sense. I'm giving up something so I can spend more time with you. So absolutely. I mean, but it's got to be a give and take, they're saying. And we both have to be willing to sacrifice on both sides, to make it work. And I have truth. They're definitely right out of the gate here with the reading, this sense of speak your truth, knowing the truth. Okay. So truth is important to you. It looks like that's something that we need to take a deep dive on. And I have moving on. Taking a deep breath is how I just felt. I'm taking a deep breath so that I can just focus on what's ahead of me. Okay. I don't really care about the past anymore. And I just really want what's best for me. And I want spirit to share with me what's best for me is how it just came in. Bottom of the deck, I have a new beginning. So they've got something else for you as you move on. They have this ship, your ship coming in here in the background. I don't know if you can see that in the card. But there's a ship, your ship is coming in. But we've got this new beginning. Sometimes we just have to, you can see she is not interested in turning around. She is like full steam ahead, focusing on her future, focusing on the light that's ahead of her. And I'm going to say she's walking, it's a sense of walking forward and just walking into that new beginning. And sometimes it's one step in front of the other, right? It's taking the initiative. It's stepping out of your comfort zone. It's meeting new people. So it's literally like, I am just not going to turn around. Whatever happened before, it's not who I am today. Spirit, please share with me. Tell me about this new beginning. Number 17. I got some numbers here. 42, 17. I had 48, 31. So some of those could be ages. They could be birthday dates, the date of the month. So maybe those numbers have meaning to somebody. Spirit, please share with me. I have Temperance. I have a Devil. I have a Six of Swords. And I have a Page of Cups. So definitely moving on. Peace and balance comes first. But this feeling of moving on from, I'm not a big person that, like toxic energy. How about just somebody that no longer served you? Their emotions were not in alignment with you, whether it was hurting you somehow emotionally. It just didn't serve you. But this is moving on from something that I know isn't good for me anymore. And I've made that choice. I'm going to say my peace of mind is most important at this time to me. That could be something that you've just decided on, that I can handle anything, but what I can't handle is this again. I can't handle chaos. I can't handle crazy. I can't handle somebody coming and going. I can't handle a user. I can't handle controlling energy. I just don't want it in my life, is how I feel. So good for you. You are guarded. You are have boundaries around you, and you know what you want. So that's more important. I have a Page of Cups. So this is new feelings, of course. This is kind of flirty energy coming into me. I do like these fish. They're kind of circling around, and there's a sense of energy circling you, like this energy is already around you. So sometimes I just refer to it as this, this loving energy is in motion. Okay, that everything's in movement all the time, but I have this movement in motion that just the energy is already in the universe, and it's kind of circling around you. There's a sense of it's kind of narrowing down energy. So this person could be very close to you. They could be somebody that is in your vicinity right now. Maybe you have crossed paths already with them, and it's getting closer and closer to a union. I have a Queen of Pentacles. I have a Ten of Swords. I have a Knight of Pentacles. And I have a Five of Swords. That came into me as I don't want to fight these feelings. And there was a sense of everybody, I want somebody to invest, is how I feel. That I feel like I keep meeting people that don't invest. So there's a sense of, what is it going to take for me to find a person who sacrifices, going back to that first card, going back to, they're going to put some time and energy into this connection. They're not going to just dip their toe in, see if they like it, try it out for a while, and then move on. So my worry is this person going to invest? Is this person going to invest as much as I am? Because I'm kind of tired of this battle of somebody who isn't putting the energy in. And this feels like somebody who is going to put the energy in as much as I do. I also feel like we have the same value system, is how it just came into me. Now, it could be we like the same things. We like quality things. Maybe we make about the same amount of money, or we're in the same kind of income bracket. Maybe we desire the same kind of lifestyle. We want the same, kind of home. We want the same things. If we were to go and pick out something, good, better, best, maybe we would both say we both want the good, or we would both say, let's get the best. So there's a sense of, we both kind of see the value and place value financially and materialistically on the same things. So that's sometimes important, because sometimes you got one person who's a real spender, a spendaholic, spirit saying, and somebody who isn't, and they get resentful and they get upset that you're spending too much money, or you spent too much money on something. So, we want to be, that feels like we're on the same page, that we're thinking along the same lines, spirit saying. So you at least have the same values. There's a sense of, we have shared values, a shared value system. Spirit, please share with me, what is it that you need us to know? Up in the air, not knowing where you stand, uncertain about something. So that is the feeling I just had with this night. Are they going to put in the effort? Now, I want you to take a look at their actions. I want you to take a look at this. The shield is jumping out at me because this person might be putting up a shield. And maybe that's making you feel like I'm up in the air. I don't know where I stand. You know, they've got the armor on, they've got their shield up. So you could be trying to break down a barrier, and a little bit of a struggling with that right now. I'm struggling with, is this going to move forward? But I'm going to say, how do we break down that barrier? Maybe that's the message, is that we're working on kind of breaking down that wall of some kind, and getting some answers. Spirit, please share with me. I have a single life. Okay. Living the best single life, working on yourself. So I'm not going to jump into something unless I know that this person is going to give as much as I am, and because I'm happy with what I have. And unless it's going to improve my life, this person has to let down their guard. There's definitely a feeling of, I'll let somebody in if they let down their guard. Spirit, what do they need to do? A deep shadow work. This person has to evolve. There's a sense of, I've been doing some inner thinking. I have been searching. I'm going to say doing a lot of deep dive, in the sense that I want to be in a relationship. And I always respect the person who, before they jump in, they give it a lot of thought, even if it means that you're waiting and in a limbo, because I would rather have that. Yeah, look at this. I feel like they see it as, it is good timing. And I love this. It's very magnetic. It's very seductive. We're both attracted to each other. In order for a magnet to work, it has to have two sides. It has to have that kind of kinetic energy that brings it together. So here is this beautiful sense of, I'm going to accept. I think I want to say it that way. I'm going to accept the divine timing, and I'm going to believe in this magnetic energy, and I'm going to let down my guard. You know, that would be the best solution. So I feel like you've got somebody who may be right on the brink of letting you in, okay, and kind of giving in to these feelings, something like that. So let's see what they want you to know. Spirit, what is it that you want to share with us today? An intuitive bond. Strengthen your intuitive bond by being attuned to each other's needs. Pay attention to nonverbal clues. Trust your instincts and respond with care and understanding. So I can feel like we're getting closer, and I think that there's going to be a point here where that guard comes down, and you just kind of see it in their eyes, or you feel it in their body language, that they finally have let you in, okay, emotionally. So I do feel that change is coming. And I have an authentic expression. Encourage authentic expression by being honest and open. Share your true feelings, thoughts, and desires without fear of judgment. Fostering a deep bond. And they had said in the beginning of this reading that truth was important to you, and communication, that you don't want to have to hold back what your feelings are, what you're thinking, what you're feeling. And you don't want your partner to feel that way either. So this person has to be able to express themselves. But it was almost as if this kind of invisible shield just kind of floated away and came down in between us, like this invisible bulletproof glass is gone. But I do feel like we will feel it in our body language. I don't know if it's going to be spoken, you know, and I feel like we'll look at each other, we'll have a deeper eye contact, we might have deeper intimacy. I feel like we'll see it in our body language, and we'll feel it in our actions. So that is what I want you to look for. But I think we're breaking down that barrier once and for all. I have a joyous celebration. Celebrate your love by marking special occasions. create traditions, surprise each other with thoughtful gifts, cherish the moments that make your relationship unique. So it feels like we have a celebration ahead. I'm just going to say, let's celebrate. You know, sometimes it takes us a little bit just to be comfortable with each other. And that's probably what we're going through right now. That feeling I had earlier of circling around you, it felt like the circle was getting closer and closer. So it was coming closer to you. Maybe it started out wide, and as I got to know you, I'm getting closer and closer. So that circle and that energy is getting closer to you. So I do feel that. I feel like somebody is really letting down their guard and letting you in. So I'm going to go with that today as kind of my main message. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you always for your kind words. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please go to my website, kathymamolenspsychicmedium.com. And check out my other 2 YouTube channels, also my Pick a Card channel, my Twin Flame channel, and I will put those links in the description below. I hope you enjoyed your reading. We'll see you again real soon.